You want me to call you what? The inclusive aspects of diversity and inclusion. Welcome to What's in It for Me. I'm Jason, your guide through the complex world of diversity and inclusion. Today's episode delves into two crucial aspects of inclusion: embracing neurodiversity and understanding the importance of gender pronouns. We'll explore why certain terms are outdated and how using correct pronouns is a fundamental sign of respect. Along the way, I'll share some enlightening book quotes and practical applications of these themes. Understanding neurodiversity. First, let's talk about neurodiversity. This term recognizes and respects the diverse ways in which brains function and process information. It includes conditions like autism and ADHD, dyslexia, and others. The key here is understanding that these are not deficits, but simply different ways of experiencing the world. Neurodiversity is a concept that broadens our understanding of how the human brain functions and processes information, emphasizing the value in various neurological configurations. This term encompasses a spectrum of neurological variations, including autism, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, dyslexia, and other neurological conditions. The fundamental principle of neurodiversity is the recognition that these conditions are not deficits or flaws. Rather, they represent natural variations in the human brain. By embracing this perspective, we acknowledge that individuals with these neurological differences experience and interact with the world in unique ways. This understanding shifts the focus from trying to fix or cure these individuals to appreciating and leveraging their distinct talents and perspective. In environments such as workplaces or educational settings, this means providing support that respects and accommodates these differences, thus enabling neurodiverse individuals to thrive. Recognizing neurodiversity is about valuing diversity in human thinking and learning. Understanding that different does not mean less, and that each variation contributes to the rich tapestry of human experience. Practically speaking, embracing neurodiversity in the workplace means providing accommodations where needed, recognizing different learning and communication styles, and valuing the unique perspectives and skills that neurodiverse individuals bring. Gender pronouns and respect. Now, onto gender pronouns. Using someone's correct pronouns is not just polite, it's a basic form of respect for their identity. It acknowledges their self-identification and dignity. This is especially important for transgender and non-binary individuals for whom traditional pronouns may not apply. The use of correct gender pronouns in the workplace is a fundamental aspect of respect and recognition of an individual's identity and dignity. It extends beyond mere politeness. It is an affirmation of someone's self-identified gender. This practice is particularly crucial for transgender and non-binary individuals, for whom traditional pronouns may not accurately reflect their gender identity. When we make an effort to use the pronouns that someone has indicated they go by, we are acknowledging and validating their identity, which is a core aspect of their personhood. Inclusive language in the workplace fosters a culture of respect and belonging, signaling to all employees that they are valued and seen for who they are. This inclusivity is vital, not only for the well-being and comfort of transgender and non-binary employees, but also for creating an environment where everyone feels safe to be themselves. Such a workplace is conducive to higher levels of employee engagement, satisfaction, and productivity. By supporting inclusive language, organizations demonstrate their commitment to diversity and inclusion, reinforcing a culture of respect and empathy that benefits all employees. We Are Everywhere by Matthew Reimer and Leighton Brown. And we are everywhere. Authors Matthew Reimer and Leighton Brown highlight the importance of language and identity, stating, "Language evolves as our understanding of ourselves evolves." This is why terms like slow, retarded, gay, or homo are no longer adequate. They are outdated and disrespectful. Our language needs to reflect our growing understanding of diversity. The impact of inclusive language. Inclusive language in the context of neurodiversity and gender pronouns has a profound impact. It creates an environment where people feel seen, respected, and valued. This isn't about being politically correct. It's about being humanly correct. Navigating the landscape of inclusive language, particularly in the realms of neurodiversity and gender pronouns, can sometimes feel daunting, especially when you're unsure of the right words to use. The key here is to understand that inclusive language is less about memorizing the correct terms and more about creating an environment where everyone feels acknowledged, respected, and valued. It's a practice rooted in empathy and respect for individual identities. If you're uncertain about which terms to use, Especially when it comes to pronouns or descriptions of neurodiverse conditions, the best approach is to listen first, ask respectfully when necessary, and be open to learning. This process isn't about adhering to a set of politically correct norms. Rather, it's about being humanly correct, acknowledging and embracing the diverse ways people experience and express their identities. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. What's important is the willingness to learn to adapt and to approach conversations with sensitivity and respect. In doing so, you contribute to a more inclusive culture where people feel seen and heard, a fundamental aspect of any healthy community or organization. Segment 4, practical steps. So how can we practice this in our daily lives? Start by educating yourself about neurodiversity and the importance of gender pronouns. If you're unsure about someone's pronouns, politely ask. Normalize sharing your own pronouns in introductions in terms of neurodiversity. Be open to different ways of thinking and processing information. Be patient and understanding. Embracing diversity in all forms. Embracing diversity goes beyond race and gender. It encompasses the entire spectrum of human experience, including how we think and how we identify. By embracing these aspects, we're not just complying with a set of rules. We're actively building a world that's richer, kinder, and more understanding. Our fates and freedoms are intricately intertwined, truth poignantly captured by the famous poem, First They Came, by Martin Niemöller. This poem serves as a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of our societal fabric, highlighting how the oppression or marginalization of one group ultimately impacts us all. Niemöller's words, first they came from the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came from me, and there was no one left to speak for me, poetically illustrate the peril of indifference in the face of injustice. It underscores the idea that the freedom and rights of each individual are bound to those of others. In our communities and workplaces, this principle translates into the understanding that an injustice or a violation of rights against one person or group diminishes freedom for everyone. It reminds us that standing up for the rights of others, even those different from us or with whom we may not agree, is not just an act of solidarity, but a safeguarding of our collective well-being and liberty. The poem thus serves as a call to action, urging us to recognize and act upon the interconnected nature of our freedoms and fates in the pursuit of a just and equitable society. I urge you to take these concepts to heart. Reflect on your language and behavior. Are you contributing to an inclusive environment? Let's all strive to be allies in this journey towards a truly inclusive world. Thank you for joining me on this episode of What's in It for Me. I'm Jason, and I hope today's discussion inspires you to embrace the full spectrum of human diversity in your life and work. Stay tuned for more episodes where we continue to explore the diverse tapestry of our world. Until next time, let's make inclusivity not just a goal, but a reality.